Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play The Lost Vikings. In the last part we've cleared World 3 and now we are in World 4, the Great Factory. I did in fact not know what this world could possibly be called, so I just looked up the official name and apparently it's the Great Factory. What do you think those pounders do? Smash big fat Vikings into little flat Vikings? Let's try not to find out. Yeah, good idea. Back when I and my mom made it to the stage for the first time ever, my mom immediately said, hey, let's have Olaf go up in front and raise his shield above his head, and then test things out. And it does indeed turn out that Olaf can block those small pounders here, but he can in fact not block the big pounders, which makes sense. So you can just run to the right here and make it past this very fast big pounder. I just wanted to quickly demonstrate that. But Baleog of course moves slower than Eric. But as you can see, if you time it perfectly, then even Baleog can just run under that huge pounder. But yeah, it has to be perfect. I just barely touched it and thus lost my speed, and then Baleog died on an attempt to go back here. But yeah, usually you would have to, or well, you don't have to, but the game wants you to hit this switch here to deactivate this huge pounder. But as I've demonstrated, you do not technically need to press the switch. You can just run under this fast pounder if you just do it quickly enough. So this was just the first demonstrations of the new world. Now we will go for real and hopefully just downright clear the stage. So let us go again. The password for the stage is JLLY. I don't know what it stands for. I've read in some online walkthrough years ago that they think that JLLY stands for jelly. But honestly, in my opinion, that doesn't make sense. Why the hell would the password for this level be short for jelly? That's just weird. And you can jump up here, up those air vents. I mean, they are suspicious looking, but it appears that there is nothing behind them. However, the joke is that if you press up on the D-pad, then you can suddenly slightly climb up those air vents and receive a bomb in the right one and a destroyer in the left one. My assumption is that there are ladders hidden behind those air vents that you can climb up. So now you can shoot an arrow at the switch and this deactivates this fast big pounder here. You've seen a little robot here to the left side of the wall. Yep, there he was. And now we go here with Olaf and gently glide down the ladder. We see another fast pounder. Again, if you time it perfectly with Baleog and Olaf, then they can just run under it. But we will do this normally, as the game expects you to. There's this retracting platform there. I've jumped on Olaf's shield, and then I've jumped on that retracting platform, and now up here. There's a circular saw enemy. You have to be very careful with these guys. I'm trying to not waste my destroyer here. I think I just pressed the button. Did I successfully press the button? I did. The big pounder here is disabled or deactivated. Then you can go up here, and then there is a burning arrow. And that's very nice. However, I will not equip this burning arrow yet, because it is time to demonstrate things at first. Let us go in this air vent. And once we are to the very left here, you press down on the D-pad, and then you probably climb down an invisible ladder. Here you see another circular saw enemy. He's patrolling there, but he cannot enter the air vent, which is advantageous. Now we can shoot an arrow at him. That's a hit. That's another hit. And 3 hits are enough to kill him. You might have thought 1, 2, 3. You might have thought that he would take 4 hits to kill, because so far every enemy took the same amount of hits as the number of worlds that we were in. In World 1, every enemy got killed in 1 hit. In World 2, every enemy got hit by 2 hits. In World 3, every enemy got killed in 3 hits. So you might have expected that in World 4 it would take 4 hits to kill every enemy, but no, it's still 3 hits. You can climb up here, go to the right, and you see there's one more circular saw enemy. He took 3 hits with both the sword and the normal arrow to kill. So now let us demonstrate the burning arrow again, just because it is so much fun. And of course a singular burning arrow kills the circular saw enemy as well. We'll give this apple to Eric and eat it. And that bomb that was hidden in the air shaft, or in the air vent rather, is actually required to beat this stage, because you need to destroy those blocks here with that bomb. Be careful and don't let Beliok drop down here, otherwise Beliok will be stuck here forever because he can't get out of here anymore. Only Eric can get here because he needs to jump in order to escape this place. There's this robot guy. Yeah, and as you can see, if this robot guy sees you, then he attacks with his gun. By shooting, obviously. And you need to go here to get a red key. Let's use the destroyer item. And that kills the robot in 1 hit. Just a small little demo. Even although it's not really needed. I mean, we can safely assume... There's another destroyer here. We can safely assume that the destroyer item destroys absolutely every enemy in the game with a single hit. But I will still keep demonstrating this. Let me go back up here with Eric. There's the saw guy. We will jump over him and go back up here. Let us try and see if we can manage to kill both of the enemies. There's this, I didn't comment on this robot, on this flying robot enemy actually, with the yellow light on top. He's dropping black balls out of him, down on you. Be careful not to get hit by those. But yeah, let us try to kill him with the destroyer. Will it work? And as you can see, the destroyer killed both the circular saw and this flying enemy that used to patrol this area here where the burning arrow was. So that is very nice to see. Let's get back down here. Let's have Olaf, I want to say let's have Olaf go down here, and let us have Eric drop there as well, and then switch to Beliok. And finally, also go down the ladder with Beliok. Like so. You see, oh shit, I took falling damage by accident. We can see one final big pounder here. Just shoot an arrow behind it and you can disable it, although again, it is technically not necessary, as we have already seen. Then you make it past those small pounders here, which is slightly nerve-wracking because they are under those conveyor belts. You need to be careful with that. The red key would have been necessary here to open these 3 blocks basically right before the exit. So yes, this conveyor belt moves to the right, so it pushes the characters to the right, which means they move slower when they are running to the left, but they're moving really fast when going to the right. And this conveyor belt is moving left, which means that the characters will move slowly to the right, but really fast to the left. Let me demonstrate it here with Eric. Yeah, see how fast he was going to the left there. Then you use the key on the keyhole, and then those 3 blocks go up. Not only that, but they also become passable basically. As you can see, I can now jump through those blocks up there, but previously you wouldn't have been able to walk through the blocks, just straight to the exit of course. 2 out of 3 characters are on the exit, but it's safe to say that we successfully won the stage because Olaf can't really die here because, as you can see, he can just block the small pounders with his shield. And with that being said, we have already cleared the first level of the factory. Eric, why are you always in such a hurry? You need to relax a little sometimes. My father was a runner, and so was his father before him. I guess you could say I was born to run. In the German version of the game, they made a translation error on this speech bubble here, where Eric says, I guess you could say you were born to run, which makes no sense, because he is clearly talking about himself. So he has to say, I guess you could say I was born to run, not you were born to run. Oh, Eric, that was bad. No, that was perfectly fine. The German translation is bad, not this one. We are at the next level, which has PLNG as password, which could possibly stand for, I don't fucking know, Pling? That wouldn't make really that much sense, would it? There's a question mark hint here. I haven't seen one of those in quite a while. To operate a crane, press A to enter or exit. Then move the magnet left or right. Press B to turn the magnet on and off. So yeah, you press A and then you enter the crane, and I find it cute as fuck that Eric now is wearing a little building helmet. Let's say it's a white one, a white little building helmet, or perhaps it's gray. It's very cute, looks amazing. So then by pressing left and right we can move the magnet. Pressing A just exits the crane again. Pressing B makes the magnet attract metal. And now we can drop this block on this little, I always used to call it pipe, but it's probably more like some sort of switch, because it opens this door. And in general, dropping blocks on those pipe thingies, on those gray pipe thingies, activates things, so it's probably more like a switch and not really a pipe thingy. And then you see this destroyer item right above Beliok right there. How do you access it? Well, you can climb up this pole and just climb basically through this platform here. Although I guess it only looks like this. I mean, probably that little pole is a little bit in the background, and then we climb it up and drop a little bit forwards onto this yellow platform here. Beliok, as you can see, can enter the crane as well, and he also gets to wear this little white construction site helmet, or builder's helmet, which looks really amazing. I really love that touch. And now, how on earth do we access this switch here, which is probably needed to move that wall with 3 blocks upwards? Well, even although it technically makes no sense, because Olaf's shield is made of wood, you can attract Olaf with the magnet when he holds his shield above his head. And now, what happens is, yeah, you quickly press the B button in order to release the shield. Then you press the button while falling, but immediately you raise your shield up your head again, so that you get caught by the magnet. Otherwise you fall into this barrier of electricity and die. I somehow let go of it. That was a huge fail. Wow. I don't know what the hell I was doing there. I was talking too much, I think. And then I pressed the wrong thing on accident. Now let us do some amazing thing. Let us enter the crane with Olaf. Now that is awesome. That is so cool. So first of all, he's wearing a yellow construction site helmet, or hat, rather than a white one like his other companions. But look at that grin on his face. He's showing his teeth. That smile, that is so badass. That's amazing. Not only the fact that they have this cute little building hat on a character when they enter the crane, but also the fact that it looks slightly different with each character. That is really cool. That's really nice details here. That's some work. Some sweet little work from the developers there. To have Olaf have this amazing smile. But okay, we need to do this part again. We will go with Eric here because he's running faster. Now let's see if we can do this successfully. Switch to Olaf. Put the shield down. Put it back up and press the switch. Go to Eric. Move to the left and now we are safe. Whoa! Yeah, I was still going upwards here. I guess I was lucky not to hit my head on that bar of electricity. Let's turn the magnet off. There we go. And yes. Now technically a magnet is like really strong, so Olaf shouldn't technically be able to just put his shield back down while he is being held by the magnet, but it works anyway. And this is a video game, we are not questioning logic. People who question logic in video games are fucking weird anyway. I mean, video games need to not make sense, otherwise they would be boring. Imagine you had a video game where everything was just like real life, a game that made sense. It would be the most boring fuck. I mean, even the fact that Eric here, look at Eric, he can jump like more than twice his own size, which would be probably around 4 meters of height or something, and that's unrealistic. If you complain about that, then you're stupid, because you need to be able to jump high to make for a fun game. So yeah, don't complain about unrealistic scenarios in video games. It's a small little lesson here. So yes, and there's this oh, I do not know. I dropped down here on purpose because I want to talk, because I haven't commented on this. There's this thing here. I do not know the English name for this right now, which is really bad, but it's like some sort of... I really don't know how to call this in English. I absolutely apologize, but basically one character stands on one end of this thing, then the other character jumps on the other end, which is usually Eric, because only he can jump, and then the other character gets catapulted upwards. There's one more destroyer item here. Currently have 2 in total. And yes, here you can also go down, go to the left here. But there's a robot there, so you need to be careful. That robot was shooting at Beliok, who is almost dead by now. We will have Olaf go up in front here. Oh, and yeah, those in general, those things that we are bouncing on, those springs, they are new. This is the first level in which we've ever encountered them. Just a nice little thing to mention. Okay, Olaf can successfully block the shots of this robot, and now let's try to kill him with Beliok. We've already seen that the destroyer item kills the robot. However, as you can see, the sword does nothing. And the arrows do hit the robot, you can see that, but they don't do anything, they don't do damage. Much like if you hit a snail in World 2 from behind, or if you hit one of those rolling dudes in World 2 while they roll around, or if you hit a mummy with an arrow in World 3. Normal arrows don't do shit. But let us demonstrate something. Let us demonstrate many things, actually. Look, you can see that Eric was making this animation while he was falling down, meaning that he was about... Let us demonstrate it. The animation, and boom, he takes falling damage. Yeah, if he makes that desperate look while in mid-air, then that means that he's fallen from too much height and he will receive falling damage upon landing. But, did you see that? The animation happened, but he fell on a spring instead, and that avoided falling damage. Yeah, landing on springs avoids you falling damage. That's the other thing that I wanted to demonstrate. But now, let us try and do this. Boom! We've rammed the robot with Eric's ramming attack once. And twice now. It knocks the robot a little bit back when you ram him, like any enemy that is rammable. And finally, ramming the robot for a 3rd time kills him. So yes, you can kill this robot by ramming. Isn't that nice? I've given the wrong items. I want to give the steak to Beliok. Now he's at full health. And I want to give the piece of meat to Eric to bring him on full health. There we go. So yes. And again, in World 4, the enemies take 3 hits to kill. So 3 attacks with Eric's head were required to kill the robot by ramming. 3 ramming attacks. That is what it took to kill the robot. And yes, yeah, I'm quickly demonstrating here. Hold your shield above your head, and then Olaf can successfully yeah, block those balls that the flying robot machine thingy is dropping. I will call these, should I call them bullets? I don't know. I've hit this flying machine thingy with 1 arrow and 2 hits with the sword. That is 3 hits in total. And that killed that flying robot. So yes, absolutely any type of enemy takes 3 hits to kill once you're in World 3 or higher. That is what we need to learn. We get an apple as reward for going to the right here. We've also killed the circular saw enemy with 3 arrows. And finally we are here, where there's another crane. Oh shit, that was stupid. But yes, it's a good thing that Eric can jump, because remember, there wouldn't be any other of the 3 main characters who could operate this thing here, because they would be unable to jump on it. So Eric needs to be able to jump on this spring here. I'm so sorry, but I really have no clue what those 2 spring thingies that are like in sort of a balance board shape are called. I don't know the English name for it, like in the slightest. We'll need to look that up for the next part. Please forgive me for that. We go into the crane with Beliok, and we will make Olaf go up here again in order for him to go here. Why do we need Olaf here? It's because of those spikes that are in this pattern here. You really need Olaf to glide over them, because yeah, he falls more slowly when he glides, and that is what enables him to get past these spikes. Beliok would fall too fast to make it past those spikes, but I do actually know that Eric can make it past those spikes as well, if you just jump here and do it well enough, but I'm not going to demonstrate it. Especially because there are a chance I might fuck it up, which would be stupid because we are right in front of the exit. But yes, and we pressed this switch here to deactivate this barrier of electricity, and now the other 2 characters can go here as well. If Tomato is so evil, then why does he leave these bombs and machines for us to use? No one else in video games wonders about that stuff. That's a funny coincidence that Olaf mentions this here, because I just mentioned literally 3 minutes ago that people who question logic in video games suck, in my opinion. Video games need to not make sense in order to be fun. And this is one of those reasons. Tomato is evil, there shouldn't be all those helpful things in here, but they are, in order for you to have fun tools to use in your stages. That's the only fucking reason. Who cares about logic? Have epic tools, have your character jump 50 meters high in the air. It doesn't make sense, but it's fun. Right? Fuck logic in video games, that's my opinion. And that concludes stage 2 in World 4. And also, yeah, quit being a troublemaker, Olaf. Yeah, that's funny. But yes, also notice that this fairly clever comment came from Olaf. Olaf, the dimwit. That's also a very nice touch. And that's it for this part, guys. I will see you in the next one.